Hi, this is Nick and I'm with Atlantic Laser Scanning Services. Today's tutorial is going to be how we can use a point cloud generated with a FARO scanner to measure power lines. In fact, we're going to show 3 different ways to measure power lines because in different situations, one way may be better than the other. So as you can see, we've got our project registered, color's been added, and it's a little bit different. If you look over here on the tree on the side, we have got a total of 5 scans. 3 of them are clustered and they've been registered. The other 2, they are actually from a different point around the house and they are not designed to be connected to these 3 in the front. So we can do this all through just a cluster. We don't have to have the entire project registered together. So what we're going to do for our first measuring technique is just simply have this 3D view open. Sometimes this will work for you. A lot of times you are scanning in an area that's pretty open like this, and you can just easily see a way to grab a hold with your cursor and easily make the measurement like so. We're going to grab our measuring point tool, and we're going to single click on the line, and then just really, we're going to go to the driveway here, double click, then we'll hit escape. Now we have got a measurement, and we'll just take a look here, make sure we did grab the power line and not the house behind it. Now, on the left side, we'll go to our tree and we see the measure object little icon here. We can double click on that with our left mouse key, and we see we've got 3 different things that we can actually show on the screen. We've got an overall measurement, horizontal, and vertical. Because we're looking for a vertical measurement, we want to see that on the screen. We'll just click on vertical, hit apply. Now you get to see the vertical measurement pop up on our screen. And then we can also go into general and give that measurement a name. And there is our first way of measuring a power line. Now, a second way to measure a power line, if you are working in quick view, so you're working just strictly in one scan, and you are taking some measurements, you're measuring the driveway or the windows or whatever it is you're measuring, and you just happen to notice that, you know what, there's a power line here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So inside of the quick view, it's not a difficult thing to do. We're again going to go over here and we're going to use one of our selectors this time. And we'll just highlight that in with our left key and right click and then view and choose 3D view. What that allows us to do then is look at this particular view just like we were previously with the entire project, but because it's just with this single scan, we've got much less data to worry about here. There's our power line. And we can go into our measure points tool and again just grab that with a single click, go straight down to our driveway, double click, and we hit escape to get rid of the measuring tool. And again, we can go to the left side on the tree, double click, show the vertical measurement. We can go in and give that a name again. And that is our second way of making a measurement from a power line. You can see this has been pretty quick and easy. Now, the final way is going to be when you've got a project that maybe it's large, maybe there's just a tremendous amount of stuff going on in the scan, and you want to actually use a clip box. This can be a really clean, easy way to get rid of a lot of the data so that you have a really nice, clear view of the power line and the ground. So because we are working straight out of just a cluster, and we're not going to go into the main scans folder to do this. We're going to go into the cluster. We're going to right click on the front driveway cluster, and we're going to go down into operations, point cloud. We're going to create a scan point clouds so we can make a clip box. It's just going to be for this cluster. We'll go ahead and let that go. And in a few minutes, we're going to have the ability to use this data now, create a clip box, and then a really nice clean view of our power line in the ground. Now our project point cloud has been created specifically for this cluster, the front driveway cluster. So we're going to go ahead and open the 3D view up again. And now we're going to add a clipping box. Now, we'll go ahead and get this centered up with our house here using the toolbar. Make a few adjustments with our clip box, making this extremely easy to now navigate specifically into what we want to see. Obviously, out of everything that we've done to this point, this is really the cleanest and the easiest way to look at this data. So again, we're going to go up to our measure points. We're going to simply click on our power line, double click on the bottom, and again, we have our measurement. Tell it to give us the vertical, and again, give it a name. So as you can see, we've got, depending on your situation, 3 very different ways of measuring the same thing. All those ways are just as accurate, one as the other, as long as you are grabbing what you think you're grabbing the power line. Again, that's something that is always a good thing to check, regardless of what kind of measurements you do, is to make sure that you've grabbed what you think you're grabbing and not something behind it. If you're in 3D view with all the points in the point cloud, that can be a bit of a challenge. So always look at it in different angles. But again, 3 different ways to measure the same thing. I hope this helps you out, you guys. If you have anything that you would like to see us do, go ahead and email us at info@atlanticlaserscanning.com. Our phone number is 888-955-3960. Don't forget, we rent FARO laser scanners as well as the Creaform Handy Scan Blacks for all of your metrology needs. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.